busy and you're traveling a lot and so on, lots of projects, the same with us. So I would like to have your 20 minutes for a couple of
Sure.
questions from my students. So can I ask you, for example, what has inspired you to start doing 3D visualization?
Okay, so this is going to be a long story, but I can make it a bit short.
Yeah.
So previously I was having a furniture factory.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and before that I also doing a business for my, like I'm working for my father factory,
Yeah.
my father company, which is we own the company as well. And then we have our our factory is on fire.
Oh.
Yeah, so we, and then in all of a sudden we have to face bankruptcy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
the sometimes the bad things are driving us in a good direction.
yes, I agree. So and then after that we I have to create uh I mean like I need to make money, right?
Yeah.
So I I'm trying to work on the furniture
Mm-hmm.
industry. So and I built a factory from I mean like from scratch. And then I work on the that furniture industry for around 5 years.
I see.
And
Wow.
then yeah, 5 years, and then I starting to learn V-Ray and 3D Max to present it my design to the client,
Aha.
because previously I was doing everything in Corel Draw. Can you imagine Corel Draw?
Yeah. Wow.
I have to
Wow.
create I have to create 2D perspective, which is my background was civil engineering.
Yeah.
We are I don't know anything about drawing, mostly for a 2D perspective,
I
but
understand.
that is why I try to learn 3D Max and V-Ray. And then because the market price is not that good,
Yeah.
and then we have lots of problem with the worker.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, pretty much a bad mentality that time.
I know.
So yeah, and
I know what you
then
mean.
several artists from Indonesia, which is actually I can say they are my senior.
Uh-huh.
So I can see they can earn money by themselves through 3D rendering
Yeah.
and just become a freelancer. So since my background is business, I can see that this 3D visualization for artists is an easy job. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can be a freelancer and you can make money and you can live live okay life.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but apparently it's not that easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, but finally, but somehow we managed to be like this size.
How big is your office now at the moment?
Well, my office is still on garage, to be honest with you. So as you know, my uh, this company founder, we have two founder,
Yeah.
me and
Yeah.
Evan, right? So
Yeah.
Evan house is actually next to mine, so
Uh-huh.
we connect to garage.
I see.
Yeah, so it's not that big. Pretty much, the size is around. Wait, let me calculate a little bit. Like,
Do you,
12, like less than, yeah, I can say pretty much like 100 square meter.
yeah, person-wise, how many people you have there?
22.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And
it's for
yeah,
architectural visualization. This is not a small studio.
it's not.
Yeah.
20 24 with me and Evan.
Uh-huh. So you're
And
working regularly with the others.
yes, and we are still uh, recruit trying to recruit more artists at the
Ah,
moment.
yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Because I found that I thought you had some kind of study program there. Do you have it? Do you still have it? Do you still leading this kind of
Uh,
activities?
teaching.
Yeah, teaching.
My teaching, I mean, the course, the online course. It always online course. I don't
Yeah,
have inside course.
I
So the
see.
online course previously started with we are using online classroom,
Mm.
pretty much like forum.
Yeah.
But as you know, al- not all people willing to do the assignment.
Uh huh.
So we finally uh, uh, decide to not giving any classroom.
I see.
So we just sell the video,
At the moment, you still selling just video.
just the video at the moment.
I see.
But if
Okay. Yeah.
but if they have problem, they can send email to us.
I see. How many courses do you have online?
Right now, we
Yeah.
only have exterior and we have three, like exterior,
Yeah.
interior, or
Hmm.
the complete one.
And where people can find it online?
2gacademy.com.
I have to text me here in Skype the right
Yeah.
URL. Uh,
Yep.
so can you tell me now at the moment the current situation with your clients? How far do you have clients worldwide?
Well, we have client from United States,
Okay.
and then we have client from Australia,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have it in Madrid, Spain,
Nice.
and then one in UK.
What will be your recommendation to the young artists? How they can start a successful career?
Okay, this is a quite
I know.
common question, but
Yeah.
uh, the common I think the general answer will be just follow your passion, but I'm going to go deeper a bit. First thing, I think you need to know about how to do business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So by learning how to do business is going to dictate how you do your production
Yeah.
and how you will do your workflow. Because at the moment I can see lots of artists just they become a freelancer, and actually I can see they don't have any clue, which is
Mm-hmm.
that is what happened with me when I'm starting working on this industry. I
Yeah.
just trying to find a client and then get one image and make it done as fast as possible,
Yeah.
and we end up not having enough time to sleep.
Yeah.
Right? I think that is what happened in this industry. I think it's in all 3D industry anyway,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think so the I from my point of view, people need to learn how to do business first, and they will know their bargaining power and how to communicate with client, how to handle the client.
I see.
Yeah.
And about the VRA, how did you personally learn the software itself?
Yeah. So previously I was paying a local artist to teach me about V-Ray, which is actually
Yeah.
pretty basic, and the render setting is which is he only get it from the internet without knowing what's the uh, the meaning of the parameter on the render setup.
I see. Yeah.
And then since I'm thinking that this is somehow once I'm doing rendering and I can see that V-Ray can produce photorealistic images, and then by keep doing some testing, I found out I'm not really happy with the current setting. So
Yeah.
I decided to
To go
starting
deeper.
to go deeper and learn all about the render setup.
I think you are doing pretty well.
Thank you very much.
I mean,
It's
according to the
just
images you have on the portfolio here, is awesome.
yeah, but the learning curve is really painful, to be honest with you. Like I I'm trying to learn each parameter in V-Ray
Mm-hmm.
while we only have i7 back
Yeah.
then,
Mm-hmm.
and we only have 6 GB RAM.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of frustrating that time.
But now you have a lot of machinery probably, and you have render farm also, I guess.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have our own render farm, pretty like 14 render nodes.
Yeah.
All of them is
Mm.
dual Xeon,
Yeah.
and then like around 40 up to 48 threads. And we also have lots of workstation with the same threads, like 40 or 48 threads.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
we only use i7 for modeling.
I see. What do you produce mainly in your office? Animation, still images?
Still images, but this year somehow our animation portfolio starting to giving us more job on animation. So up to now we are handling 4 animation.
I see.
Yeah.
And how about post production, or what do you think that is the most important in the maintenance during the workflow? More 3D or Photoshop work? What
Oh, yeah.
what is your
Uh,
workflow style in your office?
yeah. Uh, so as you know, the workflow is pretty much depend on the artists
Yeah.
in worldwide, right? So some people love to do everything in Photoshop. Some people
Yeah.
love to do in 3D, and we and somehow here in
Mm,
our studio we decided to do almost everything in 3D.
I see.
Yeah,
So,
so to keep up with the consistency
mhm.
when we are doing revision.
Yeah, it probably depends of the client needs because some clients they want to have some more conceptual and so on. So
Yeah.
I see now on your portfolio that you have done amazing job for Kengo Kuma, for example, which is pretty famous on the architectural stage.
Well,
What?
I need to make it. I need to get this straight about the that portfolio. It's actually just. It's not. I'm working for King Okuma, but somehow people always think that I'm working for King Okuma.
No, no.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Probably this is not exactly what I see as how you say the reality, but the things that I see that you use something which is pretty tricky, and I will say this is the cheeky way to get
Yeah.
nice work or probably to get access to new clients is to do some nice rendering for projects like you probably took the project from Kenko Kuma and made nice renderings,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. The reference image based on King Okuma
I
project,
see.
Starbucks project.
So that's I'm going to the exactly to the right next question of mine. That is the way how which is the point you think is the crash point in your career when you become pretty famous and all the tasks start to flow in your direction.
Pardon? Can you repeat?
I mean, what is the breaking point in your career when you think that everything start to explode in the positive way for your business. Do you remember? Is there some post in some website like Roland Beckerman and so on?
Oh yeah. So, uh, I need to inform this as well, I think. So some artists always think when
Yeah,
we got award from several forums, like I'm not going to mention any forums at the moment. So
yeah,
any forum, they will get job right away, right? Which is that's true at some point, but that's not true at some point at the
okay,
other side. So
yeah,
it is really depend on the situation, I guess. And
hmm,
like if you're starting a business, you need to know that you will be successful if you open a business
yeah,
when you have the right time and
hmm,
then the right people, right? And the
yeah,
right and the right industry.
okay,
Once you meet all the condition, you will be successful. So most people think that I got starting to get more jobs when I got award from several forum, which is it's not that's not what happened with us. We're still struggling. Like we uh, actually the one that give us job is actually the award from CG Architect, our first award from
uh,
CG Architect. Yeah, but the other awards like other recognition even from CG Architect
yeah,
and then like and then award from Ronan and then recognition from CG Arena. It's more like building our reputation time to time
hmm,
and make uh, some client that having a trust in us,
yeah,
like in our reputation because we keep active.
I see.
Yeah.
So thanks. It's really amazing to talk with so much experienced artists like you, because what I hear now is really evidence of your experience, of your expertise as a professional. And probably my last question will be as a general recommendation. You told us that if someone wants to start career, he need to have a bit patient by doing
Yeah.
this. And how you
And learn
see
about business.
how you see how you see the future of CGI? I mean, what do you think
Uh,
about the next steps? Do you believe in the VR?
okay, so it's kind of tricky question to be honest with you. I'm not at the moment. So we regarding VR,
Yeah,
uh, VR having a big scope. Like Unreal is
yeah,
VR,
yeah,
right? And then 360 panorama,
yeah,
like Corona or V-Ray created, it's also can uh, we can say it's also 360
yeah,
depend on the Google, right? It's just using Unreal you can moving around the room.
yeah,
So it just somehow I don't know if it's our latest test like 3 months ago when we are using Unreal
yeah.
and we are using STC 5.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow the quality
Wasn't so
isn't
good.
there.
Yeah,
Wasn't so good if you want to use the goggle because you need to reduce all the poly
yeah,
to make sure you don't have the latency problem.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's only great if you're not using the goggle. Just play around with your joystick or keep
Ah, yeah.
joystick.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah,
But
but at the moment, and we also know that our client actually don't like to put a goggle
mhm.
on their potential customer
Yeah,
because somehow it makes them look stupid.
yeah, I know.
Not trying to be disrespectful, but that's what the clients say. And then that is why they still prefer using the 360 that we produce from Fire or even Corona for
Yeah.
some people. Yeah.
So really last question will be, so according the render engine, so I guess you're still using Vray.
Yes, we still using Fure.
And what you think about the major competitor Corona?
Corona is great. We have a license as well for Corona.
Yeah.
We tried. It is great.
Yeah.
It's just we can't migrate to Corona that easy because, as you know, with our a lot, we have a lot of artists,
Uh huh.
right? And then our workflow is pretty much created based on V-Ray, and we already have our own material library, and we already have our own 3D plans
Uh huh.
that we, as you know, if you buy Evermotion or Max 3, they set up their own version of the shader, the leaf shader, right?
Yeah.
While we also tweak the shader to speed up the rendering. And if we have to convert it to Corona just
Yeah.
using the convert that they provide,
Yeah.
the 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 result is not going to be uh,
I understand.
enough.
So it's
So
a
we have to redo all the material, which is it is quite impossible for us to do that.
I see. It's so the thing. What you mean is that it's about the workflow. It's all about the workflow.
Yes.
I see. I
Yeah,
understand.
we have to keep up the we have to keep using Fury because the workflow it still save us more time.
Okay, then thanks again, and I recommend to everyone to visit your website. I'm gonna share the link to your course,